Hello everyone, this is Kale from Kale-Idle-Scope. I really don't know if now is the best time to be doing this because we're having a potluck that I decided to exclude myself from. Just not really in the mood to hang right now, but I am still bored. I'm not gonna just sit here and cry, so yeah, you might hear noises in the background, that's fine. Probably just be dogs barking at whatever the hell is going on out there, but also worth noting, in my life, personally, nothing to do with the channel, but I had a granddad who had died on Thursday. Thankfully, though, I'm not too upset about that. I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but hopefully I can remain this chill for all my future losses. We don't know yet. But the thing is, though, to this day, my favorite Behemoth Vlogmaster might be episode 99, From Milk to Bottom. Now, it's obviously my mind is constantly changing. Some people say it's Who Cut the Clock, number 31, or 131. Some people say it's The Canvas Newbie, 142. There's a lot of damn good ones these days, now that I'm actually trying. But, I don't know, something about this episode really clicked with me. I mean, yeah, sure, it's out of date. The editing is kind of off par if you watch a more recent video, but that's not the point. The point is, I love this episode. So, I was in the middle of working on this little, layout map of my dream that I had in that episode, and newsflash, if you haven't seen the episode already, I would recommend that you do that first before watching this, but it's an older episode. It's from March of 2022, so I had already started working on this, but I figured, why not make a video about it, because right now I have no blog ideas at the moment. The next blog will probably be in November, but to ensure that the next episode will be great and not just decent, I'm gonna put that one idea I have on hold for now, if it ever becomes a reality, period. But we need to stop wasting time, so I'm going to go ahead and make the dream here. So what we do first, and I don't know a good place to put my face here, I guess right there is fine, as long as it's, But we start off with the road. We start off with basic shapes to represent the road here. Okay, now I know that doesn't look very accurate, but that's okay, because I can fill it in with the right color. Make the lines a bit thicker than that, man. Okay, that's a bit better. Now if we go to hit play, well, I thought the outside borders, that's what it looks like. That's how I make my thumbnails these days, if you didn't catch on to that. I just take a snapshot with my phone, but I make sure to hit the play symbol, because sometimes people make animations with this software. It's basically the PowerPoint, but for the iBook, a more recent computer from around. I got this not long after this episode came out, actually. If you've seen those Stuck videos I made, Stuck with a Second, this is kind of the same deal, except I'm showing you how I'm making it, so it's not quite the same thing. Alright, so I'm gonna widen this, I think. I'm not good with this PowerPoint / Keynote crap, so we will probably need to remeasure some stuff after I've already placed it down. And like I said, if you already saw the episode, like I asked you to, the dream is about a kid milking 30 cows in a barn right next to the road, and then he has to go to the other side of the road to get in the pens where the cows are, where two of the cows are, excuse me, before they, they fade away or something. I'm here to recreate the map of how my brain showed this farm in Wisconsin. So we have the road. I think that's the most important step here, at least for now. We're gonna add, and obviously you can see here, we have all sorts of shapes in God's kingdom. Like, you can see all this stuff that I can use to represent, at least for the trees that I mentioned in that episode. I'm gonna just use a basic tree shape. And, again, I'm not good with scales or anything like that, like proportions. I don't know how big the trees need to be in comparison to the barn or the road or anything like that. So we're just going to use our imagination for the most part. And again, I want the trees to look kind of good, so I'm going to do that. Man, for a guy that sucks with Keynote, I ain't half bad. But anyway, do that there. There we go. Now we're going to copy and paste this a ton of times here. This tree mesh, whatever you want to call it, all these trees together make up just a thick line of trees. And if I feel like I need to have more room for other things, I can just move this mesh. But don't worry about that right now. I'm probably just going to show you what it looks like after we're finished, so I'll see you then. Okay, so far we have the trees and the road. The thing that sucks with Keynote, if you're just trying to make art, it thinks that you're trying to like line them up with other things, so it's like, it kind of sucks, but what can you do? I was able to make my warehouse from work. I was able to make that in Keynote, so there's no reason why I can't make this. Even if it does look a little off, like it's not going to be perfect, that's fine. So, there probably is... Yeah, see that? That's the barn right there. I think I'm going to do my best to try to recreate this dream as accurately as possible. And not just use a square to represent the barn, but rather a barn symbol. I know there's probably a road symbol. Probably. Let me look that up. Oh, there's not. Okay, let's try street. So, we have stream. That's not what I want anyway. You know what? Hold on a sec. This was a really weird layout for your land. I'm just going to put those 2 trees down there. I hope they have good Wi-Fi in heaven, because Granddad is going to like this. Well, I mean, I never told him about my YouTube channel. The thing is, it's kind of weird if you hear this at first, but my mom's family, almost everybody on there knows about my channel, but hardly anybody on my dad's side knows about it. I like to keep it that way because I'm just worried about their opinions and all that crap, what they would think about all the cussing I do in some videos. So yeah, but if God is, this is hard to explain. If God respects the living people's boundaries, like, oh, he'll be watching us down from heaven, I don't want him to see me naked in the shower, you know? If God respects our boundaries and if I didn't want this guy to look at my stuff, you know, well, God, you have my permission to show Granddad my videos if you have good Wi-Fi up there. I'm just saying. Alright, now I'm making the pin, and you notice there's a little area right here, so you could walk, you know, around here to here where the barn and the cows are. Yeah, that's how the dream was. I know this looks really weird, but it was a really weird dream. I'm surprised I remember it still. Okay, so basically what we're looking at here is the road, the fenced area, or the pen, whatever the hell you want to call it. The trees in the episode, I said could have been poison ivy because the kid had to go on this side to get to the other side. And we have the barn with the cows in it. There we go. I could just stop here, but let's add some more meat to this visual here. Like I mentioned in episode 99, there was a theater, like some sort of like drive-in movie theater, but personal size, you know, on this farm. So how about we represent that somehow? What color should the cow be? Let's make it brown. Or no, how about white? Make sure there's an outline for it though. Now these cows are going to be tiny. If that's the barn, we want the cows to be small. There were only 2, and I believe the other 28 were in the farm, or the barn, excuse me. I get those words confused all the time. I completely lost my train of thought. I was going to say something, but I don't remember what that was now, so not important. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, like I mentioned in the dream, some of the cows died. Like it was a computer program, and the cows would fade after they've been dead for like 5 minutes, so he was too scared to get close to the cows because he thinks that he would get rammed or something. Now, let's represent that drive-in movie theater here. Drive-in. Okay, I didn't think that would work, but I just wanted to check anyway. Theater. How about screen? I don't know. It's got to be represented somehow, so I'm just going to use a basic shape to represent that. Now, for the most part, we're pretty much done with the important part of the dream and the episode. This and that, you know, all this on the left side of the screen is what represents the episode the most, so pretty much anything else that I add, it's just gonna be my imagination. Like, I would assume they had a house to sleep in, right? So I'm just gonna add a house somewhere here, but this is the important part. We're pretty much done with that. The not so important part, the extras, I guess you could say, I'm gonna go ahead and represent those, and I don't know what color to represent the brown is, alright. Now, this could go anywhere, because like I mentioned, this was not really established in the dream. We're just gonna say the theater was right here on their land. Okay, I don't know if I need to add anything more. I mean, this is all that I mentioned in the episode and in the dream, but for the sake of making it look better, I'm going to add a house. Okay, so the house, let's say the house is right there. It could be a blue house, you know, like Big Bear, or Bear in the Big Blue House, you know what I mean? I remember that crap. That was the crap. Alright, well, I do believe that's all that is really that important right now. And the house should probably be a bit bigger than that. If that's the size of a barn, then the house should probably be at least close to that size. There we go. And the drive-in movie theater, let's make that a bit bigger. Again, this whole proportion crap, it's not that important. This is basically how the dream was laid out. So, if you have any questions about Granddad or my channel or anything like that, you can let me know. But just a little side video, a little extra bonus, whatever the heck, before the next blog comes out, which hopefully be in November. But I want to make sure to quality check it first. I want to make sure it's a really big hit. But yeah, this is how this went down. There you go. That's it. I know it looks like anus, but that's what the dream was composed of. So there you go. This is Kale-Idle-Scope, and I will see you around. Goodbye.